delighted to introduce an author who, as a kid, picked up a guitar and subsequently went on to change the face of modern music.
Please join us in giving a very warm welcome to Mr. Chris Cornell
and Mr. Jimmy Page.
Can you guys hear us? Here we go. I'm testing 1, 2, 3. This is a beautiful theater. This is really amazing. Thank you guys very much for being here. When we're talking, when I'm talking, especially when Jimmy's talking, shut up. First thing. I shouldn't have to tell you that, but just, you know, so we don't have to talk about it later. We're here to discuss with the one and only Jimmy Page his book. Thank you. Jimmy Page by Jimmy Page. And it's a huge honor to be here and to be able to be the guy that is talking about this book with you and about what we're going to cover is a teeny tiny piece of what's in it. But it's amazing. I'm just going to run right to the first slide here, and this one I couldn't resist. But the reason why I chose this one, part of it is the photo, but really it's the caption that it's the choir master, Mr. Coffin, took that photo, and I thought it was an amazing start to the book. This is the first picture that you see when you open it up.
Yeah, right.
And you don't know where this kid's gonna go when you look at this picture. But tell me a little bit about this period. And this is you haven't picked up a guitar yet.
Yeah, I have.
You have by now.
Yeah.
Really?
Literally, yeah. I'm playing guitar at this point. Just about
Really?
got a few chords together because when I was trying to clear, I had to clear the pictures with all the photographers, you know, and that was quite an epic task, I can tell you. But with this is taken by the choir master, and he was the organist and choir master, and there'd actually been another photograph sent to me. This was obviously given to my parents at the time because obviously I'm pretty young here, and to clear the photograph, I got onto the estate of Mr. Coffin, and it was his son-in-law. And he said, I didn't actually speak to the son-in-law, but he said to the person who was dealing with this on my behalf that he remembered Mr. Coffin saying, oh yes, I remember young Jimmy coming to the choir practice early, bringing his guitar to try and tune it to the organ. Really? So, where there was a will, there was a way, anyway.
Wow, amazing. As a fan of you in later years, I recognize in this picture you already being Jimmy Page the rock star. And if you look at this picture and you look at it, and it's true.
Yeah.
The Jimmy Page that we know and love is already there.
Yeah. It's throwing a few shapes, I think it's good.
Yeah. I like it. So you had it, you know, to some degree. It was just.
So I'm about 15 here.
Wow.
No.
I think it's brave to show 15-year-old pictures of yourself in front of.
It is brave, isn't it? Especially the choir boy.
I thought he was going to get mad at me for that.
Okay.
This one was crazy to me because I don't know what session this was, but this is Brian Jones from the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And it's behind glass, so you see reflections, and it's a little bit vague, but you appear to have a bow,
Okay.
and you're just kind of in a conversation.
Yeah, well chosen. Yeah, it's really good to be able to talk about this. The photograph was taken by Ian Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Stewart was with the Rolling Stones, and he used to play piano. And he's the one who plays much later during Led Zeppelin. He plays on Boogie with Stu and also rock and roll. But this is much earlier. This is a time when I'm doing sessions and studio work, and Brian Jones was going to make a soundtrack to a film that Anita Pallenberg was in called A Degree of Murder. And it went to the Cannes Film Festival, which is a big deal in Europe, eventually. But he's doing the soundtrack for it, and he requested me to go in and sort of play. You know, he had ideas, but really what he wanted to do was get anything that was experimental. And I'd been working with the bow. This is before the Yardbirds. But there it is, I'm playing the bow, and it was just a real thrill to work with Brian Jones, because I thought he was such a creative musician.